All right, so have you ever looked at those 9-mark questions on exams and thought, ugh, that's basically a mini essay right there?
Yeah.
So
Forgot, yeah.
today, we're going to dive deep
Yeah.
into this super helpful framework for answering them.
Absolutely.
Like it's your secret weapon, okay,
It is.
to get those top marks.
Yes.
The PLC method.
Yeah, it's
Want to for this?
It's really fascinating how a structured approach like that can make such a difference with these longer answer questions.
Yeah.
You're not just like listing facts or something.
Yeah.
You really have to like get in there, analyze things,
Right.
evaluate, make judgments and all that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So before we jump into the method itself, though, let's make sure we're all on the same page about what these 9-mark questions actually are.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we dealing with here?
These are the big ones.
Yeah.
So, imagine you're given a business scenario. Like, you've got a company, and they're trying to decide between, let's say, 2 different expansion strategies.
Okay.
A 9-mark question might ask you to evaluate each option,
Okay.
right? And it's not enough to just describe them.
Gotcha.
You have to go deeper, look at the pros and cons,
Okay.
back up your points with evidence,
Yeah.
and then make a clear recommendation.
Oh, so it's like we're consultants, but
You've got it.
all our work is just on paper?
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so then where does this PLC method come in?
Well, think of it as your roadmap.
Okay.
It's your guide to crafting a really strong answer.
Love a good roadmap.
It stands for point evidence, explain link and conclusion.
PLC.
PLC. Yeah, and each element kind of builds on the last one, so you're creating this logical and persuasive argument.
Okay, I like it. All right, so let's get into an example.
Sure.
Let's say our hypothetical company is trying to decide between opening a brand new factory or partnering with an overseas supplier.
Okay.
How would I use PLC to analyze that factory option?
Yeah. All right, so your point would be stating that option clearly.
Okay.
Something like, building a new factory is one potential strategy for expansion.
Okay.
But this is where it gets really interesting evidence.
Ooh.
So instead of just saying it would increase production capacity,
Yeah.
you want to find something specific from the case study.
Okay.
Maybe it mentions a projected output of like 10,000 units per month.
So like use actual numbers
Exact.
to make it stronger.
Specific data makes your argument way stronger.
Okay.
It's not just some general statement you're pulling out of thin air.
Gotcha. So it's all about backing it up.
Exactly. Now, explain is where you really get to analyze.
Okay.
What are the advantages of that increased capacity?
Okay.
Maybe they can meet rising demand
Right.
or reduce their reliance on external partners.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. But what about the downsides?
Yes, you can't forget those.
Do I have to talk about the bad stuff, even if it's the option I like?
You absolutely do,
Really?
because it shows you've considered all sides of the argument.
Okay.
Examiners are looking for balanced evaluation,
Right.
not just a one-sided thing.
Makes sense.
And that's where Link comes in.
Oh, okay.
You connect your analysis back to the company's specific situation.
Gotcha.
So you might say, while a new factory offers greater control over production, the initial investment required poses a significant financial risk, especially given the company's recent dip in profits.
Oh, so I'm like directly referencing what's going on.
Absolutely. You're tying it all together.
Okay, so I do a whole separate Peel paragraph for the overseas partnership too.
Exactly.
Finding data points for that option.
Yeah.
Explaining its own pros and cons.
Yeah,
Linking it all back to the case study.
you got it. And then comes the grand finale.
Ooh. The conclusion.
The conclusion.
I used to just like rush through conclusions,
Oh, yeah.
to summarize the points I already made.
Yeah.
But it sounds like there's more to it.
There's a real arc to it.
Okay.
This is your chance to leave a lasting impression.
Briefly recap your arguments for both options.
Okay.
Highlight the key strengths and weaknesses you've uncovered.
Yeah.
Then deliver your verdict based on the analysis I recommend.
Dramatic.
Be clear and decisive.
Okay.
And here's the secret sauce.
Ooh.
Justify that recommendation.
Okay.
This approach offers a more cost-effective solution in the short term while still allowing for scalable growth aligning with the company's current priorities.
Wow. That's good.
See how that brings everything full circle?
Yeah, I'm starting to see how this method isn't just about ticking boxes.
Absolutely.
It's about actually making a persuasive argument.
Exactly. And the more you practice PLC, the more it becomes like second nature.
Oh, cool.
You'll find yourself thinking in this structured way.
Mm.
And that's going to benefit you way beyond just exams.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
This has been so helpful, honestly.
I'm glad to hear that.
The PLC method is like unlocking a new level of exam confidence.
I agree.
It's not just a technique. It's like a whole critical thinking mindset.
Yeah.
That'll help conquer any 9-mark question.
Absolutely. And if you're looking for more in-depth examples and guidance,
Yeah.
be sure to check out the PLC Strategy podcast series.
Ooh, yes.
We've got episodes dedicated to different subject areas,
Awesome.
tips for crafting killer conclusions, and even real student examples.
Wow. Very cool.
You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the usual places.
I highly recommend checking that out if you are studying for exams and need that extra help.
It's a great resource.
Also, a huge thank you to Google Notebook LM
Yes.
for the powerful AI assistance in crafting this dialogue and audio.
Incredible.
This episode is a PLC strategy production.
Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.